Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Yay, hello. Trying to get the lighting right, you know, it's just not been right since I moved over this side of the room. Very frustrating. Let's try that one. That's a little better. I'm just waiting for me to come up on the screen. There I am. Yay, we're on. Woo. Now I just need to wait for you guys to join me. Come on in. Dee-doo, dee-doo, dee-doo. Rinky-dinky-doo. Good evening. Welcome. Oh, what did that do? Hi, Rachel. Kim, hi. Hi, Deborah. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I don't know, it just had a dicky fit then all by itself. No idea what was going on. Good evening. Welcome. Hi, Kim. Hi, Rachel. Susan, come on in. Get comfy. Hi, Christine. Cool, we've had a full day of crafting today. I had my first craft club at home. That was fun. Getting up to all sorts we were. Everybody was getting up to all sorts. Bit of slow stitching going on. Some stamping. All sorts. Some colouring. Some gluing. Hot glue gun. Nightmare. Only got burnt once. Morning. Evening, Gloria. Hi, Ruth. Welcome. Happy Friday, everyone. How are we doing for time? Looks like it's time for us to start. Antonetta, good evening. Hello, Susan. Nice to see you here. Right, welcome everybody. Happy Friday. So tonight we're going to be making something with a little bit of texture. Just for something different. Now, believe it or not, that card is made with one stamp. Just one sweet poppy stamp. And that one is called Leafless Limbs Large. So that's what we're going to use. Let's start. So I've got a piece of square, super smooth pink frog card. And the measurements are, let's see, 14.5 centimetres. That says 13.5, so it's not square at all. It's a bit of a rectangle. And it's right though. Wow, it's a good job I checked both sides. So that makes it in inches 5 1/4 and 5 3/4. Make sure it's the right way up, so I want it long ways. And here's the stamp. Just one simple stamp. I think before we go too mad, we'll put a bit of a background on. And I'm going to use, hello Sally. Hi Deb. I'm not going to use that at all. I'm going to use weather wood to start off with. And then I'm moving over to Faded Jeans. And this is in the Distress Oxide. So I'm going to brush on a little on my mat. And then I'm going to run it straight over. All the way to the edge. Turn it round. And I'm going to do exactly the same the other side. But I'm going to leave a bit of a gap in the middle. Oh, it's got some wet on it. I've picked some water up from somewhere. I'll turn it over and do the other side. Not a problem. Let's have another go at that. That's better. Going into the middle. Turn it over and we'll do the same again. It's great for exercise for your arms. Nice soft weathered wood. Just a hint of blue. Hi Alison. Hi Kim. It's nice to see you all this Friday evening. Then we're going to move over to faded jeans. Hi Sarah. Again, start at the side and move inward, but this time I'm not going to go as far. So I'm going to leave the majority of the colour to the outside. This way. So we've got that. Now we need a little bit of a ground. So I'm just going to brush that straight across. And then we can fill that in with the ink. Hi Penny. Welcome. I don't know about where you were, but I've had absolutely filthy weather today. It was coming down in spades, it was. Right. I think that's enough for our base card. So a quick clean up of that ink. There. Now for the exciting bit. For a change, I'm going to use Winter & Newton modelling paste. Now this is great because it's lightweight. So if you're still posting, this isn't as heavy as your usual texture paste. Out with the stamp. And we're going to use VersaFine Clair Nocturne. Now don't forget, this is a permanent ink. We need it permanent because it's going to take a bashing. Fireworks, yeah, they're still going mad here. Hate them. Not nice at all. So I'm going to pop this about there. Into the first third. Hi Fee. Good evening. In the first. There, what a lovely card. That stamp, the detail, the highlights on it, it's not missed. That's the way it's been made. Move that to one side. I'm going to get out our texture paste. Like I say, this is really light. Really light. And I'm going to need a little bit. Let's have some of that over there. There you go. Don't want to mix too much. On there. Completely different. Distress ink, re-inkers. You can use oxide re-inkers too. What stamp brand is a treat? It's a Sweet Poppy stencil. Stamp. So we're going to have a yellow there. That's fossilised amber. I've got some Rusty Hinge. Just one drop is plenty. You can use your ink pads too, but it takes a little while to get the juice out. Thanks, Jules. There you go. There's all the details about the stamp. Julie knows. She's on the design team. She knows these things. Thanks, Jules. Been lovely crafting with you today, by the way. There. And that one, sorry, that was Festive Berries and Salty Ocean. So now I've got all my colours down. I'm going to mix them up. So just a quick blend. Hi Lynn, welcome. Look at that, lovely stuff. Just mix it all. If you're good at icing, you'll be great at this. I'm not good at icing. I'm good at eating cakes. I can make them too. Oh, this is the Rusty Hinge. Lovely. Hi Marie, welcome. No worries. You can't be late here. You're here, that's all that matters. We haven't done anything too exciting other than make a mess on my craft mat so far. There. Don't be afraid to colour your texture paste. You can make it any colour you want. There. I do like using texture paste this way. So this is very lightweight. So there's our palette. We've got a little palette knife. It's only a small one. It's a size 1. And it's much like oil painting with a palette knife, but easier. So we're going to pick up some of that texture paste and just start tapping it down. And we're going to shape the tree just with the texture paste. Have a play. It's great fun. We'll bring that yellow fossilised amber, this one. And then we can add the shape we want. I'm just using the very tip of the palette knife. Can have a couple of stray leaves, why not? Go for it. I think that's enough of that colour for now. I'm going to go on to the orange. So we can blend a little just around the edges. Get some of that autumn colour in there. Whilst we've still got a few trees with leaves on. Not many left now though, is there? And then we can have a layer. Getting darker. All the way up. Just take your time. There's no rush. Add as much texture as you want. The nice thing is, if you keep this light, you can actually still see the branches, which is fab. We'll go on to the festive berries, to the red palette. No, who's got sealed? Sally, you take that seal off that texture paste and get it out and play with it. That's naughty. You know that's against the rules. Oh dear. Honestly. Mind you, you're busy at work, aren't you? I understand. Don't forget the rule. It's only wasted. Paint's only wasted if it's left in the tube. And that applies for everything. You are in the nautical. You're on the naughty step. You're in charge of the naughty step now, actually. Till Sissy Poos gets back. You're in charge of the naughty step. Okay, so who's at the pub? Whose turn is it to get the drinks in? We haven't had a drink and a craft on a Friday night for a long time. What's happening to us? Wrong. Lisa was forever getting us a beer. See us there. Look at that. You end up with purples, greens, because we're going to add, if we take a bit of this blue and mix in some of that yellow, look at that. We've got a really nice green. No, they don't. They don't, Christine. They stay quite true to themselves. You can blend it on the paper, but no, it's it does its own thing. Doesn't interfere with each other. So I'm just stretching that. Don't want it too thick. So we can work the paste again. Sorry, I'm going off screen. Work that paste again. And I'm going to scrape a little onto the side of my palette knife and give us a bit of a grounding under our tree. Can add some autumn leaves under there. Just play, it's great fun, it really is. There. I'm going to take a bit of yellow and just shade. Try not to dip the corner of the card in that paste. Add some highlights. Baking cakes. Oh, very nice, Louise. Going to share them out. I baked a Welsh tea cake yesterday for everybody that came today, the craft club. Very nice. I think we'll have a little bit more shape this side. It's going a bit squishy. That's better. Getting a bit square and a bit regular because of the shape of the card. But we can add wherever we want. There. Right. Now I think somewhere I have a tag. So rather than waste this, don't forget you can put this through your stencils. Great through stencils, especially if you colour it. We'll go a little bit modern art on this, shall we? And then some red. Wow, look at that. We're getting fabulous. Look at that. Lovely colours. So don't be afraid to have a play. Sally, get your paste out. You can have right loads of fun with this. There. We've got a tag for another day. Quick clean down. Let's get rid of some of that ink. water. Yes, boss. You'll get yes, boss. Cheeky madam. There you go. And then we need to dry this off. So I'm going to use a heat gun just to speed up the process. Now, the one thing you can't do with paste, really, it doesn't work, is add mica powder. If you're thinking you're wanting it a bit sparkly, mica doesn't really help you. It gets a crust on it. The mica seems to sink to the base. The paste will get a crust and you'll lose all that sparkle, so it really doesn't work. I have tried, you can probably tell. However, it makes great dragon scales. Do it the same way. Put your sparkle in, and then when it's all dry, you just scrape or sand down the top, and it releases or lets you see that sparkle underneath. But it is a bit of a pain. So I'm just making sure that's nice and dry. Takes a few minutes. So this stuff's not too bad. It's quite loose. It's getting there. Keep your heat gun moving. Distress snowflake glitter. Yeah, that's not paste though, is it? It's the paste forms a solid layer at the top. You get a crust on it, and it's that bit that stops the sparkle. Oh, I see. And yes, it's because it's a bit thicker. It's a bit grittier. It's not like mica. Sorry, I misunderstood then, Sally. Yeah, you're right, she did. Yeah, I love that. I do like that. Look at how those colours are mixed on there. It's great. Okay. Now to finish this one off, texture-wise, I'm going to add just a little bit more white to my craft mat. That's probably too much. Let's try that much. We can always add a bit more. And now we're going to add texture outside the tree. Same thing. If you notice, it's not even shifting the oxide from underneath, which is fabulous. And it is quite translucent when it's just white. Not necessarily snow. See the fireworks going off again. It's not snow as such. I suppose you could make it a bit snowy. You'd have to use thicker paste though. Painting with paste. There, that needs to dry. Now I do have, back over on my other desk, I've been checking out a few different bits and bobs because I can these days, and I found this Winsor & Newton iridescent medium. I'll show you what it does. If you want sparkle, we can use that. So let me just dry this off. It's just really good fun. Hi Rachel. It's an easy way to get a little bit of texture without too much weight onto your card. I do the back, it helps. Plus it helps dry. No, Christine, I didn't. Sorry, I lost you then. I think the weather's affecting the conditions of our signal, but we're back. No, it's Super Smooth. Pink Frog Super Smooth. You could use watercolour card. Right, let's see what this beast does now. So I'm going to add a little to my craft mat. It's runny, but it's a little bit gloopy too, if I was to explain. And I'm just adding a drop of water. I'm using a round brush. And I'm just going to go over. You're welcome, my darling. So we can still see the colour underneath. Might have to get some more of this out. It's very nice. I don't want it everywhere. I quite like that matte finish. It's lovely stuff, Sally. It really is, and you don't need much. There, look at that. Wow. That's it. We'll keep it to that side and we'll just have a touch over the base. You could use Wink of Stella. Good idea. That would work. A treat. But hopefully, see if I can show you that shine. Yeah, you can see it shining. But it doesn't take away from the colour. It's really good stuff. Let's add a bit of that leftovers onto our card. Ooh, very pretty. A real light sparkle. It seems like it's, what am I painting on? Louise, it's texture paste. We put texture paste on the card to start off with. Let's wipe that down. And then we dried it. And now we've painted it again. So it's, you can see it's quite flexible. It's not too, it doesn't crack. That's the word I'm looking for. Let's find some paper to back that onto. Some card. I think a navy. Or even I've got a lovely teal. That'd be nice. That will be lovely. And I've got some white. So find the knife and the rules. Here we go. Try not to fall off my chair. And I think we're going to put it on the white first, just to make it stand out a little more. I've got some double-sided tape. Go all the way around the edge. I'll have a couple of bits in the middle too because it's a bit lumpy. This will help it stick down. Treat. Listen to those fireworks. My goodness. And then we can go in with our roll. So this is 1/4 inch. All the way around. That's better. It's straightening slowly. And then we'll go onto this beautiful teal colour. They do get on your nerves, you're dead right. You've always had enough, haven't you? I'm sure they'll go on right through this weekend too. Poor animals. And then we'll pop that about there. That's nice on that card. I like that. And then shall we use... It was Winsor & Newton Iridescent Medium. So you can mix it with anything anything that's water based. It'll work with. Yeah, that'll work. So let's use this one first. Ooh, come on, out of the way. There. And then that would be ready to mount on your card or into your journal. Oh, we had a glitch again. I don't know what that's all about, I'm sure. Now, somewhere I have a journal and I think I might put it in that. This is a Pink Pig 8x8 journal. And look at that. It's like it was made to measure. Who'd have thought? All the way around. Have some in the middle, just to be doubly sure. Oh wait, shall we go this side? I think we should. Should use all the page, shouldn't we? And pop that in about there, I think. Perfect. Our first entry in my 8x8 journal. Lovely. And this is a Pink Pig journal. And this was made into a card. I won't show you the inside because it's actually written. Personally. Susan, it's Steve's birthday card, don't tell him. But there you have it. A card or a journal entry with something just a little bit different. I hope you enjoyed that. It's been lovely having your company again this Friday night. Hopefully we'll do it again soon. I'll give you the heads up nearer the day. So have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Love you all loads. Have a great time, no matter what the weather does. I'm sure you'll find something exciting to do. Oh, just before I go, the 15th, next Saturday, is the live workshop online. If you're interested, you need to get in touch as soon as possible to have an idea of what to use. The lists are in the group. I'll show you a quick glance of what we're making. And there's the first one. A bit of a reflection going on there. That's Sweet Poppy. And the second one is a cardio. There we go. Woohoo! So that's what we're making next Saturday morning, 10 o'clock, nice and bright. I've also recorded a Christmas special number 3, and there's hand-painted baubles. And look, some more texture paste, but this time with a little difference. Told you it could be made in snow. Lovely. Have a great time. Have a lovely weekend. Hopefully see you next week. Take care now. Bye.